there, and welcome to Kickstart. Today, I'm at Zylia, at the Zylia studios here, and I'm here with Tomasz Żernicki and Piotr Szczechowiak. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So I'm really excited to be here. I've read a lot about your microphone mini studio, but what really fascinated me was the background of how this idea came about. So maybe you can start off by telling me how you two met and then how the idea came about.
Yeah, so we worked with Tomaszs together in a multinational company from the telecom sector called Telcordia Technologies. It's a US company. They had a branch here in Poland, and we were researchers in that company. So this is how we met. And then when the moment came when we had the opportunity to do a management buyout of that branch, we took it. And it was in 2012, and since then we're, the co-founders of Zylia.
Okay.
So actually we're working together like 9 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow, 9 years. That's quite a long time.
Yeah.
So
we know each other pretty well.
That's good. So how did this idea come about? Why this studio microphone all in one?
Me personally, I have a keen interest, for new technologies. I'm also an engineer in embedded systems, so I was always looking at, interesting devices that can, change the way how people work and consume entertainment. So I always wanted to build a product that will do that for people. And on top of that, Tomasz, of course, is a musician, so his influence on the product and the application area that we're having was crucial.
Yeah. So actually, the one of the idea came from the problems that we have, like a team, because actually half of the team or even more people that are part of the Zylia, they are musicians or sound engineers. So usually when you rehearse so you have this issue that how to record yourself, and usually you don't focus on this so much because you like to perform and not to record. But then there is like a moment, oh God, we have such a great music session, but we don't have any good recordings, only those recordings from smartphone or something like that. And so we are thinking at that time, okay, so maybe we can do something that will be like a magic thing that you can just press one button and the recording will be done for you, just without any sound engineering knowledge, without any hassle with the cables and other stuff. And we came to the conclusion that okay, maybe that we can build like this some kind of a magic ball is packed with for the microphones, and then use our knowledge for the signal processing to analyze the whole 3D audio in the room, and then actually correct the audio, correct each individual performance from the musicians. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, because you mentioned that you're a musician, do you play, what instruments do you play, and what's your musical background as well?
Musical background. So actually, I'm the musician. I'm the amateur musician mainly. Like, in the past, I used to play in some rock bands, punk rock, and so on. So that's actually I'm mainly playing on the guitar, electric, acoustic, classical, but not only on the guitar. But I'm not the professional musician. I'm just more like a hobbyist. But actually, in the company, we have musicians that are on the professional level. They have their own bands, or they played in the even famous bands. So actually, there is like a great mixture of people. Yeah.
Cool. And do you play any instruments as well, or?
I'm not a musician myself, but I like to listen to good music. And what especially interests me in this product is the way how it gives creators new possibilities for sound design. And this will reflect also when you listen to the music and gives, the spatial feelness of being there. Yeah? So actually on this side, I'm the most interested to consume music entertainment in a new way that, it wasn't been possible to do before.
So you're a music connoisseur.
Yeah, I have a good hi-fi setup at home.
Okay, that's good.
So to have a good hi-fi setup, you need good content that should be recorded with a good microphone. Yeah?
Fair enough.
Yes.
So before we sat down, I did a little bit of research on this product and this microphone, and then we also talked about with a few of the artists that you have worked with. Would you like to name a few? Because I was like pleasantly surprised with how many artists that you have worked with.
Yeah, so we took really great care to when designing the product to test it with as many musicians, bands as we could. So in the initial stage, we tested it with more than 100 musicians, bands, and we applied the kind of lean product development strategies, to make sure that this product reflects the needs of musicians. Yeah. So some of the famous people that have tried the product is, for example, a famous audio engineer, John Merchant, who recorded Coldplay, Celine Dion, and all the famous, you name it, he recorded them. And we had also others like Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater, and also musicians from Dave Matthews Band. So it's been tried by many famous people.
Yeah, they're famous, but we also have like a lot of musicians that just follow this idea and they use it. Maybe they are not so famous, but they are still very important for us, and they help us a lot at the very, very beginning when we just tried the concept, the idea, and actually we provide this first prototype to people not only from our country, from Poland, but actually to people all around the world, because it was really important for us to test this in many different environments with many different music genres, like I know acoustic music, rock music, heavy loud music, and that kind of things in order to find the musician and sound engineers needs. Yeah.
So they sort of took the beta testing for you and gave you lots of feedback afterwards.
Yeah. So actually, because you mentioned that the product came from our needs, but actually once we start developing the product, we realized that we cannot rely only on our opinion, and that's why we go with the prototypes to the potential clients, musicians, and just ask them, okay, what do you think about it? Yeah, and we received amazing feedback from them, and actually at the end, the product that is right now, this is not our idea. This is like idea of many people. Yeah.
It's a collaborative effort. So this has many fathers or mothers, I guess. All right. So tell me about Zylia, the organization. You touched on that. Over half of your staff is involved in music. So what was important to you when creating this organization? What kind of company culture do you have?
Yeah, so at the core, we're also an R&D company. So we put a lot of attention to the innovation, creativity. That's kind of one of the key values. So we can show leadership on the markets, bring new products, something that other companies don't have, and we look also for these values in our employees. Yeah? So when we put great attention to recruitment and try to best the best talent out there that meets our company values, core values, yeah? And this is how we work as a company.
Yeah, and then also maybe I'll add something that the idea of the organization of the company, we would like to make this as flat as possible. So it means that there is no like a hierarchy of project managers and so on, that everybody can provide their own idea, and this idea can be presented at the forum and maybe discussed, and actually at the end this is like a collaborative effort of many people, and this is really important because that every decision, every opinion is very important, and actually at the end also everybody is responsible for the product and for the company values and the vision. Yeah.
Okay. And how big is your team right now?
Yeah, so we have around 20 people at the moment, but we're growing dynamically this year. We need that to fulfill our sales plans for 2019. And at the moment, majority of our employees are engineers, more technical staff. But we're also building, the sales, marketing, organization at the moment to meet the demand of the customers.
Okay. And in terms of you guys as partners, how do you guys fill in the gaps? So very often in partnerships, we see that someone's quite analytical. So how do you feel that you sort of fill in the gaps between each other?
So actually, Piotr is really good in terms of the communication and that contact with the other people, business development, and I think that's great in terms of the also organizing the work in the company. So that's one of the things. I'm more on the technical side. That you are trying to lead the technical development of the products that we have. But actually, both of us are the engineers. Yeah, so both of us have the PhD from the telecommunication domain.
So as you can imagine, we're engineers, so we had to learn a lot. When building the company as engineers, how to manage people properly, how to communicate with them, how to build, teams, organization that's efficient. And a great place to work. Yeah? So we learned a lot. Also, obviously, this is one of our first products on the market that's available now in 14 countries, from US to Japan. So we're very proud of it. But we had to learn actually a lot, how to do product development properly. So we participated in a couple of startup accelerator programs for example, in Denmark, which was on audio only, also in Germany. And I think we learned so much during those times that really helped us, to bring it to the market, because we know that many companies, fail somewhere in between. But we managed to deliver the product, and now we're, scaling the business. So we're really excited.
So maybe also add something that, it's used to say that one of the biggest weakness of the company is the strongest skills of the co-founders. That's why we are aware of it, and we're trying to delegate as much as possible. And this is like the most crucial thing, I think, in the company development, and especially that both of us are the engineers, and so we need somebody who takes care of the financial part, marketing, sales, and so on. So it was also for us like a lesson that we are not good at this, and we need to find somebody else. But even if that part that we are good at, we also have to find somebody that will be even better. Yeah.
Sounds like you can't do everything at once.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, that's so true.
All right. So my next question to you is, how will this revolutionize the music industry?
So actually, it's already doing it. So we already have customers that's using our product to, record music, record sound effects, record 3D audio in a way that wasn't just possible before. So, for example, one of the customers uses it to record the whole orchestra, and then he can just take out, for example, the singers to enhance that part later on in the process. So this is just something that's not possible with any other device that's already on the market, or you can just take it in your backpack, climb a hill and do the whole band recording with just 5 minutes, including setup. Yeah? So that's something that's, I think, revolutionary on the market. And we're looking also into the future. We really want to also influence how music performances are recorded. So imagine if you have many of such microphones spaced around the concert, then you'll be able to roam freely around the music scene and listen from any point on any point you like, be it next to the famous musician, or place yourself somewhere in the crowd, to get that real experience. So I think it's really exciting. That's what drives us forward, and we're sure that it will just change how people consume entertainment, music, and live performances.
It's something that Piotr mentioned, that once we start selling the product, there will our customer approached us and say, we know that this product is mainly for the music recording, but we also find a way to use it for the music production for virtual reality. And because your microphone is can capture 360 audio that you can record and rotate the audio in 360 movies. And from us at the beginning, it wasn't the main market, but actually people said, okay, this is a great tool. And actually right now this is maybe the only one microphone on the market that can provide this kind of functionality, that you can record music audio for virtual reality with a very high resolution. So that's something that also is a big thing for us, and I think also for the audio industry.
Yeah, 360-degree sound. So you're bringing it up to the next level. It's really, really exciting. So moving on to the organization as well. Tell me about problems and difficulties that you've had to overcome as an organization. What was very difficult for you?
I think there are many things you need to overcome when you're an entrepreneur. First of all, I think the people is the biggest asset of the company. So you need to really, pay great attention to the recruitment process, and try to hire the best people that are motivated and kind of understands the vision, what you want to achieve. And you need to keep them motivated throughout the time, so they will stay with you and work for years to come. So that's always a challenge when building a new company that has brave new ideas. Also, developing a product that's a combination of hardware and software, you need to, be good at all fronts. So it took us a while to get it done right, but we're really happy what we achieved, and our customers kind of confirm it when they start to use the product.
Yeah, I think that for us, one of the biggest challenges, especially at the beginning, was that the business knowledge and product development. Yeah, so this is something that we didn't have, and we have to, especially this business knowledge, we have to learn from scratch. And I think that's really important to, if you have this company, to find somebody that have the skills that you don't have, or at least try to develop this. Yeah, and I think that this is a really huge challenge, especially if you are the engineer and you like to focus on the task that you usually do, and actually you start doing your own business, and immediately you're jumping to many other topics, and this is really tough. And also the delegation. This is also really tough part, how to do this properly, especially if we know that we are the best in this. So so this is really tough thing, and I think that it was the hardest for us at the very beginning. Yeah.
So I always wrap up the interview by asking these entrepreneurs, if you could give one piece of advice to a future entrepreneur, what would it be? So here we'll start with Piotr, maybe.
Yes. So if I were to just give one advice, I can give a lot, but if it's the one, then believe in yourself and your idea. When you have an idea for a new product, you will encounter a lot of people that gonna criticize that and can lower your motivation a lot. So be strong and don't listen to them. Believe in what you have, and stay honest to yourself. Yeah, and try to motivate other people around you to believe in this and share your excitement. I think that's very important in a company. That's probably my advice.
Okay, cool.
Okay, in terms of my advice for young entrepreneurs, so it's like the CEO of LinkedIn said that if you are not embarrassed about your product, that probably you're too late on the market, and that's my advice. That you should start asking your clients as early as possible about what you are doing, and also provide the prototypes and just listen to your clients, especially that first group of people that follow your idea and are passionate about this. So they are really important, and you should listen to them carefully what they are saying to you. And of course you have to also filter this somehow, because at the end this is your product, but you should take into account these two voices, your and the clients.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for hosting us here and showing us this amazing product. It's really exciting stuff. I myself will be looking into also using it here for Regalix TV. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next Kickstart.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.